Alright, here we're doing a quick video on inverse tangent functions. Alright, the inverse tangent function. Here a little bit. So, let's see, what does it look like? Well, the normal tangent function runs between pi over 2 and negative pi over 2. Remember, we have natural asymptotes that occur at those two places. And so, then, 1 and negative 1 are where those right and left shoulder points are as we map it out for normal tangent. So, and that just keeps repeating and recurring. So we have tangent of x, some x is equal to y. Now when we deal with inverse, we're actually going to switch it and start looking at now as our y values are from pi over 2 to negative pi over 2. And now we can run from negative 1 to positive 1 and beyond. These asymptotes actually turn sideways for us. Because right now, this is a one-to-one function as it passes. But as we look at the inverse function, now what we want to start to think about is how do we find that angle? We're looking for an angle. The tangent of what was y, right? What was the angle? Or what was a y value here is a 1 or a 2 or so forth on up. We put in the tangent of some angle and we got that y value. Now what we're doing is we're saying, well, what is the angle that has this feature as its y values? What is that angle? So again, what's what we're finding? Again, we're going to restrict it between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. So when we find angles here, check it out. On your unit circle, we want to make sure that we're looking from pi over 2 to negative pi over 2. And I would use a highlighter or something, another color. I know cosine we said was from 0 to pi, 0 to pi, and then sine was also negative pi over 2, or positive pi over 2 to negative pi over 2. But this is the tangent one, all right? So, same idea. Here we go. Let's look at just a couple quick sample problems for us today. Example number 1, A, B, and C. Find an exact value of an inverse tangent function. All right. The tangent inverse of square root of 3. What is that? What angle has root 3 as its tangent feature? That is pi over 3. Or if you put it in your calculator, you'll get 60 degrees. What is the angle, the tangent inverse of negative 1? What angle has negative 1 as its tangent, right? So if we can look at the unit circle, we say, well, where is negative 1? Well, root 2 over 2 over root 2 over 2 would be 45 degrees. That would be positive 1. So maybe negative 1. Well, where is tangent negative? All students take calculus, so it's got to be in quadrant 2 or 4. But as you notice, tangent only runs between positive pi over 2 and negative pi over 2, so it must be quadrant 4, which means you're down here at negative pi over 4. All right. Tangent inverse of, let's say I have some decimal. So if I have some decimal, 0.25, I could put in the tan inverse of 0.25, and that's going to equal 14.03. All right. So just a couple quick ones. As you might have seen, I'm almost out of battery life on that. So hope you have a great day. Good luck with that. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.